Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing really well. Today I am basically about to get ready and I remembered that I haven't filmed this video that I have been meaning to film for a couple of months now. I think I did some, when I did some beauty advent calendar unboxings like towards the end of last year, I unboxed these and these like sponges, and we've got this one by Spectrum which is called the Wonder Sponge, and it just looks like the same as a beauty blender. I think maybe it looks a bit like fatter, but yeah, like it's the same shape. And then I unboxed this one as well, which I actually took out of the packaging. This is by BRUSHWORKS and it's a complexion sponge, super soft makeup sponge, suitable for liquid and powder, high quality, latex free, and that's like the shape of it. So it's a different shape, but I haven't actually tried either of them since receiving them, and I do like using my Real Techniques complexion sponges, although to be honest I've been using brushes mostly for like the last month or so, but I thought that I would try these out in a video, see how they do apply my makeup. So what I think I'm going to do is I always like dot my foundation around my face and then I'll use a sponge, and I might do like one half with one sponge, one half with the other. I'm expecting the application to look quite similar, however I think maybe one might like suck up more foundation rather than spreading it on my face, or one might make it look a bit more high coverage, or one might make it look a bit less coverage, and that's kind of like what I'm expecting. So I just thought I'd try them. So I'll probably zoom you in. I've got a couple of friends on my chin, so I'm not expecting them to cover up my spots because nothing I've been doing in the last week has been covering these up very well. But yeah, I'll zoom you in and we will try them out. That is awfully close to my spots. So for foundation, I like to mix things. I like to mix foundations and stuff. So at the moment, I am loving this. This is by Maybelline and it's the Fit Me foundation, the matte and poreless one for normal to oily skin. I use it in the shade 105. And then I am just using up this because I've had it for quite a while. This is the Rimmel London Lasting Finish 25-hour Nude. It has SPF 20 in, and I use this in the shade 100 Ivory. Yeah, so that looks really dark, but this one's lighter, so I tend to use it on like the middle of my face, and then this one I use around the end and like down my neck and stuff. But yeah, let's pop some on. I've got a bit of a cold still. I've been like struggling for a week and a half now with like headaches, sore throat, achy body, cold. It's all been going on. So sometimes I feel like when I'm speaking I'm not sounding right, and that's why. Everyone else who's watching this at the moment, do you use a brush or a sponge or your hands to put your foundation on? Because I just like chop and change really. I personally feel like when I use a sponge it's like a lighter coverage, but I look more like dewy. But then when I use a brush I feel like it gives a lot more coverage. So I'm going to use the Spectrum one on this side and the BRUSHWORKS one on this side. Feeling them, I mean they do feel quite similar to be honest. The BRUSHWORKS one feels like there's more there, it feels more dense than the Spectrum one. But then again, neither of them feel as soft as my Real Techniques one. They feel a lot firmer. But yeah, right, I'm going to make them wet. The Spectrum one is wet now. It's grown a little bit, mostly like the top is just like a lot more pointy now. I'm just going to like look in my mirror while I'm doing this as well. And yeah, do this side of my face. It does feel quite hard to be honest. Can you hear this? I feel like I'm actually like properly beating my face. Okay, so there is that side. I I don't feel like it was blending in the best, to be honest. I feel like it was really hard, and like I'd get to like a bit of foundation and I'd have to like swipe a bit to kind of help it blend in. I'm not sure. I'm going to use the other one now on my other side. I just need to make it wet. Okay, this one is wet now. Feels softer now it's wet, to be honest. I'm not really sure. I might kind of try this bottom bit. Okay, that's like my first layer of foundation. I normally only do one layer. This is what the sponges look like at the moment. So I use the bottom bit first to like do my forehead, and then there's that. And that's what the Spectrum one looks like. I feel like the Beauty Works one looks like it's had more foundation actually go into the sponge. I'm going to have like a little closer look at my skin. I don't really feel like there's much difference, although, you know what? I'm preferring this side. I feel like it's like blended into my skin more. I can see like foundation lines on this side, so I'll try and... Interesting. I'm gonna get some I'm gonna get some concealer on. I haven't used this concealer yet. This is the NYX HD Studio Concealer. I don't know. There's like lots of words there. This is what it looks like. That's just easier, isn't it? This is in the shade 01, which I'm not sure if it has a name. I'll take all the packaging off, and then I'll put some on my spots, under my eyes, around my nose, that kind of thing, and we will blend out my concealer. Oh, I think this looks a bit yellowy for my skin, to be honest. I mean, it's still nice and light, which is good, but yeah, I might have to end up using this as a spot concealer rather than a under eye, but hey, let's give it a go nonetheless. Okay, and let's try that. I'm going to go with the Studio Works one first because I want to make it fair. So I used the Spectrum one first on my foundation. I'm going to use this one first on my concealer, and let's see. That all just seemed to like vanish. Blended in a bit. So there's that side. The thing is, it could just be the concealer that isn't very full coverage. It does feel quite liquidy. Alright, and here's the Spectrum one. The Spectrum one has like a bigger point, so it feels like it's getting into the inside of my eye a bit better. There's a close-up of my eyes. Do you know what? I feel like this one's darker, to be fair. Maybe the Spectrum one has actually used more product and like rub more product into my skin. It's covered up my spot nicely. If I go a bit closer so you guys can see, can you see much of a difference on my skin? I feel like it's quite hard to tell on camera, but you know what? I can't actually like pick a favourite. I feel like on the brushwork side, like I feel like I like the finish better, but I think that's just because it's soaked up a lot more product and it's like a lighter coverage, and I quite like that. Whereas the Spectrum one, I feel like soaked up less product and distributed it around my face a lot better, but I don't necessarily like having lots of too much product like on my face, if that makes any sense. As I've been tapping, I feel like the Spectrum one is actually softer than this one. I'm not sure about the shape of this one. Like, I don't know what the benefit is. Like, please let me know if you know. But I do feel like this is just like beating up my face. I mean, it's not like the hardest ever, but it is hard compared to my Real Techniques one, so I do think I'm going to stick with my Real Techniques ones. If you were thinking of like buying a different sponge, I don't know, try them. If you've already tried these, let me know what you think of them. I'm just like tapping my face now. I haven't even got any product to blend in, but I'm just still tapping. I feel like if I was going to pick between them, to be honest, I would probably pick the Spectrum one because it feels a bit softer. It's a shape that I'm used to, and I know that's stupid, right? Because I'm just not sure about the shape, to be honest. It doesn't have much of a point to like get in there, and it seems quite fat. I mean, this is fat, but then this goes up a bit thinner and can get into your eye a bit better, whereas this one, not overly. I'm not sure about the shape of this. Like, are you supposed to use it in a certain way? Do you know what I feel like this would be good for, actually? Like baking. Like just shoving loads of powder on. So I might keep it for powder, you know. But yeah, there we go. I've used them both. No big complaints about either of them, and no massive praises about either of them either. But you know, they both did a good job. I can't really tell much of a difference on my face at all, except I felt like this side had a bit more product on compared to this side. I noticed that most with the concealer, I feel like this side looks way more concealed than this side, and when I'm looking in the camera now, I can definitely see that. Let me know if you can as well. But yeah, if you've tried either of these, let me know what you thought of them. Do you have like a favourite kind of makeup sponge that you use all the time? Do you use those silicone ones? Let me know. I would like to get more into sponges again. So yeah, cool. I'm going to finish getting ready now because I'm actually filming another video, which will be my like review of my January beauty box products. And that will have been up on Tuesday, and you're seeing this on Friday, I think. Right, cool. So watch that if you haven't already. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in a few days in my next video. Bye.